What's up, YouTube world? Welcome to another battle review from Ismokehiphop. Go to my Facebook, Ismokehiphop. Go to my Twitter, @Ismokehiphop. Go to my email, ismokehiphop@gmail.com. Let's get into it. I'm doing a review on the battle of Brizz Rawsteen versus Young X. It's a proving grounds battle, and I wanted to also give a shouts out and big ups to Smack and the whole URL staff for continuing to be innovative. And even doing roadblocks, it seemed like you niggas always climbing over that hill, man. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. Smack came with the early videos from the missing one from Gnome 4. You know, we couldn't say nothing. He hit us with a classic with the Tay Rock and Charlie Clips. I'm gonna still do a blog in that, probably in 2-3 more days. But I want to get into this, man. Shouts out to the whole Dark Side movement. I see y'all grind. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of seen some of y'all grind through the Angry Fans show, but that's on another side. Me and his beef. I don't want to talk about that right now. We can stick into the script right now. Shouts out to T-Top. I see you over there, part of the Dark Side movement. I mean, that North Carolina nigga's on fire, man. I mean, he has like at least 20 battles in going on right now. You can't even take anything from him. I heard that night he was mean as well, man. I mean, he has 20 battles in, so you can't really call him a proving ground, but I guess he's part of the new wave of the proving ground niggas that's coming up. Also, give credit where credit is due to Smack, because I see a lot of people ain't giving it to him, but Smack deserves credit for releasing battles after battles. This is like the old Smack back in 2009, man. Good looking out on that, man. And let's not forget the name on the card, Mr. Brizz Rawsteen, man. This nigga's also, like, he's incredible. I ain't gonna get on nobody's wave like that, but this dude has a unique style, man. If you look at this man's style, man, he reminds me of an old group back in the days. I don't know if you young cats know the group of Prez, Dead Prez, I should say. You know, it had two dudes on the group, M1 and Stickman. Yeah, he got that 90s feel to him, man. He got that flow about him that I can't really say. You know what I'm saying? It's like his stage presence and his crowd control. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's paying attention to his words. So that's another thing, like these young niggas in the proving ground is coming up with already established presence. So that's one respect I gotta throw it out to y'all. And also big ups to VA for giving us another cat from y'all state. I mean, this is my second battle seeing Young X. But I mean, man, this nigga, he could work the camera, man. It's something about Young X, man. Like, this nigga brought it, man. He got a unique style like Brizz Rawsteen, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, like, this nigga reminds me of the South. It's his voice. I ain't even know VA niggas sound like that. And I was at Fort Lee when I was stationed over there. I ain't really hear too many cats sound like that. They most likely got an up north sound, but this nigga sound like 50 when he got shot in the mouth, but with a little ATL, you know what I'm saying, Mississippi slang to it, man. He sounds very credible and believable, man. And on the camera, he sticks to it, man. He doesn't go off what he's trying to be. He ain't trying to be nobody else, man. It's his demeanor, man. You know, he ain't trying to be too hard, man. He simplified his bars so you can get it on the camera and in the venue as well, man. It's not. I'm not trying to say he dumb it down. He just simplifies it. He makes sure that he don't go too crazy scientific with the words or too much 2 chains with the words. You know what I'm saying? This nigga sticks to the script. Like, let's get to round 1. You hear me? Young X, round 1. This nigga was simmering early, and he cooked it up. He got his chef mode going. I mean, this nigga was working the pot. I ain't gonna lie. If you look at minute 4:15, he hit the crowd with mean bars. I mean, like, better yet, I bet he gonna come with it. All these how he gonna hit me rounds when he really shoot like duck hunting. His dog start laughing when he missed 3 times. I mean, I'm not saying it correctly. You know, a nigga voice ain't on point, but that nigga cut it up with the 90s bars right there, man. That nigga took me back to them Nintendo retro rhymes, man. You can see it in battlers like Charlie Clips and John John's face. When the bar landed, it fucking landed hard, my G. But in round 1, Young X was on and off. I'm not really trying to say he was too much on and off. It just, you was seeing the reaction at first on a high level, then the reaction was simmering down. So it was up and down. It was one of those shit. But you can't really knock him too much. If you look at the crowd was more looking like this is proving ground. So we ain't gonna really be gassing this nigga like that yet. We wanna like wait a little bit more. So it was one of those things, like, you had a whole audience that was like, it's the proving grounds. We just gonna be a little bit patient before we start going dot mob members and shit and get them, oh, and all the craziness. Yeah, y'all know how it goes in battle rap. I mean, I think he was just trying to get more comfortable. Young X, I'm speaking of. And as you can see in the battle, it was a lot of top tiers names on the stage, man. A lot of big name top tiers on the stage. You had your boy Charlie Clips, and we could say John is top tier now, being on from his grind and his URL movements. He had a lot of big names in the past and in the present. So I say John was a big name. Them niggas was right there on the stage, so maybe it was something got dude uncomfortable a little bit. I don't know what it was, but he gets more comfortable throughout the rounds, as you can see. So he still held his own in round one. I mean, it's not like he fumbled. It's just the crowd wasn't rocking with him 100%. It was more like 80%. But 80%, I'll take it, give and take, what we've been seeing from a lot of top tiers choking lately. I mean, Brizz round one. Man, that nigga kicked off round one with an early Big K type shit haymaker. You feel me? Like, this nigga at minute 7:45, this nigga said, see like a couple gone capping. This nigga gonna get too intense. I mean, when you listen to it, it doesn't sound mean like that, but I mean, that shit was mean when it hit it, man. My nigga, you just had to see it from the start of it. That shit had it, man. Then if you look at a minute 8:06, this nigga did another scheme. Well, not really a scheme, just another haymaker. This nigga hit you with the I duck, swing, bruise a bitch. I get an X straight with a rock cross, he be a crucifix. I mean, that shit was hidden, man. It's one of them bars you don't go, ooh, ah. It's just a facial expression like, yeah, I feel where you rocking with this, my G. I feel where you rocking with my G. Next, this nigga was going in. He had a Jewish bar. He had a Math Hoffa bar diss. He had a Godfather bar. Yeah, I mean, that scheme was hitting hard, man. I had Brizz winning round one. I can't even lie to y'all, man. This nigga was more consistent with the haymakers, man. He was steadily going at it. He was bringing the crowd with it. I mean, his presence was touching, man. This nigga came with it, but both batters came with it in round one. I mean, it was alright, but some of the I'll give Brizz 90% crowd movement, but it was the same thing. It was proving ground. You can tell a couple of people seen some of his battles before, but they still was being patient with the extra dot mob momentum, yelling, whatever, and all the craziness. So both battlers, they got it in. I mean, they was very impressive. But as you can tell, both battles was just waiting till they get in their comfort levels. And round two had more for the crowd going, but I had to give round one to Brizz, man. Brizz brought it more. He had more crowd reaction. Round two, man, this nigga, Young X, you can clearly see how comfortable this nigga was getting, man. This nigga, Young X, was more relaxed. It's like he knew he belonged with the vets, man. He just was more energetic and entertaining, man. At 12:34, minute 12:34, Young X hit the nigga with, you say you gonna slap who? You gonna slap, well, my bad, let me repeat that again. I had to write the nigga shit down, cause you know nigga got a southern accent. I ain't even lie, I had to write his bar down. You say you gonna slap who? You gonna shoot at my mom? That shit gotta be a tweet, Brizz. Who computer you on? Like, it didn't hit like that. The only reason I'm talking about that bar, cause the crowd reaction, for me it was alright. But I have to interject this and incorporate it in my blog, because if you look at the crowd reaction, niggas was feeling that bar. Now it depends how the camera's feeling, so I'm gonna look at the comment section to see how y'all feeling that. But I had to get that bar a little shout out, man. And the next shit, man, this nigga just kept hitting it, man. He just kept hitting bars. He was throwing out Benny Siegel type bars. This nigga hit you with a don't make me run up in every spot and squeeze the eagle, or I'll throw you out the window, then shoot in your kid. I had to stop that, man. I couldn't even finish it, man. Y'all know, don't make me run up in every spot and squeeze the eagle, or I'll throw you out the window, then shoot so you can feel it in the air like Beanie Siegel. Damn, my nigga, like, that shit had the whole crowd rocking, man. I see you out there, Young X, man. You got that fucking bill collector, Rosenberg Raw with a Charlie clip, and a Tay Rocks and a Hitman Holla performance all mixed up in one, man. I gotta give you that, man. This nigga had like crazy type bars that was not really out of this world, but the shit was hidden, man. This nigga hit you at a minute 14:11 and said, you'll be like a flat spare of tires. You'll be in the trunk for nothing. Like I said, not the biggest bars in the world, but that shit was mean, son. That shit was mean, man. This nigga also had Summer Madness type bar that was just mean, man. Let's go to Brizz Rawsteen's round two, man. Brizz opened it up with a mean ass Malcolm X bar, man. Like early, man. It was not the hardest of all time, but for a proving ground, I gotta call that shit mean, man. Then at 1628, I'll take his head, then keep spinning it like my favorite album. Yo, that shit hit. That shit hit me from the get-go. Mean. Back to his other shit, he was more animated like Bill Collector. I ain't gonna lie, but Brizz got a little Bill Collector in him, but he got more of a godlike flow. You know what I'm saying? His shit is more like, I'm serious. I give you a little funny bars here and there, but I'm gonna stick to the script, my G. I don't got no time for the clown shit. So I was feeling nigga in round 2. I mean, he was more animated, but not more animated than X. He just was more animated with it in his bars when it was coming through. He hit you with a QP bar. He also hit you with a Fabulous Brother line that was fire. I guess you gotta be, it's a New York thing and you gotta be more up there to feel it more. But shit, I love the hip hop culture, so I already felt it on the spot, man. Nigga had an X-Lack bar that was moving the crowd. I mean, I feel I have to give round 2 to Young X, man. This nigga was more entertaining. He had more crowd reaction. I mean, not take anything away from Brizz, because they both came with it. I mean, they both came and had the crowd moving, but it's just in the second, especially Brizz, ending the second round for ravishing Rick Rule bar. I mean, 2 thumbs up. I gotta give it 1 thumbs up, man. I mean, because most people ain't really got it, but it still had the crowd moving, man. I gotta give it to Young X still, man. This nigga had the second round on fire, man. It's like he got more comfortable, and once he got in with his own, he held his own. But they both came with it, but I still give round 2 to Young X because he came with it more. Round 3, Young X, man. This nigga Young X at minute 21:15, he just opened up everything with straight roasting jokes. I mean, when I say roasting jokes, man, like that junior high feel, man. This nigga hit you with the get 'em jokes, the get 'em. This nigga came with, you know, pack of Newport having, let me borrow ass cig ass, get 'em. You, I got 3 baby mamas, but I only have 2 kid ass. I mean, this nigga was going in. This nigga was on roasting session supreme level 1, man. This nigga clearly had more bars he was rolling with, what we was rolling with, man. It even had the crowd participation being thrown at it. You had Charlie Clips and everybody on stage feeling this nigga bar, man. This nigga, man, the thing about Young is he doesn't know he's not supposed to be a top tier or that he's supposed to lose. I mean, that's how you win, my dude. You win with confidence. This nigga had plenty of confidence, man. And his lack of I don't see no haters, man, and I'm not feeling you haters was another thing that I had to give him a dose of reality that, my nigga, you might have a few more battles that we can call you a mid-level, because right now he's on a proving ground, but he's almost at that mid-level, and you can see he's climbing the ranks, man. His bars was just on planet Mars, man. Right now, I mean, the dude got a vibe about him that's not even this swag shit people like using, just his vibe, man. His vibe is funny and is real, man. Like, they think they going to heaven because they buried him in true religion. I know my Chirac niggas was feeling that. If none of you other niggas, I know ATL and Chirac niggas was feeling that shit hard, man. See, that nigga had clever bars, man. Not scientific bars, but clever bars. And that's how I feel you keep the crowd going with the clever bars. Man, I know it's not out of this world bars, but y'all gotta honestly, man, give it up to Young X. This nigga had a junior high type feeling going on, man. At 24, the nigga Young X stumbled a little bit, but for like 1 second, but he continued like a vet, and he didn't let it stop him at all, man. To the point you didn't really notice that, you know, he stumbled a little bit. You had to really be paying attention, man. Round 3. Brizz opened up crazy as hell too, man. He took you on a movie. I mean, it was like I was in a movie review and I had to pay attention to every bar, because it's like one of them things, he brings you in, man. It's like you gotta wait for some of his bars. Like, if you're, like I said earlier, if you're impatient, you're not gonna really get him. But if you're one of the niggas that respect the craft, you're gonna be in awe, because this nigga has the bars, man, that hit you later. It's like an after effect or an aftershock. You feel me? Like, this nigga had a crazy Mutombo bar that came at 27:50 seconds. That shit was crazy. It had everybody going, man. The number 55, man, had the whole venue going crazy, man. He had a Kerry Washington Almost, I can't even pronounce the nigga name. He don't even play in the league no more. But he had a crazy NFL Kerry Washington line that you probably didn't feel it. It went over a lot of heads. And to keep it real with you, it went over my head. So I let y'all be the one to dictate. Was that bar filler? Was it reaching? Was it whatever? Like I didn't really get that bar until later. I had to get it. And I'm gonna keep it real. Totally, like, Brizz is a package. Brizz is somebody that I'm not gonna use this battle to define who he is. You gotta look at all his other battles. You feel me? I'm not saying he didn't come hard in this battle, because he came hard. Brizz one of them niggas, man. In the next year, 2015 gonna be Brizz years, man. It's a lot of niggas gotta watch out. Brizz gonna be out to get a lot of niggas, man. This dark side movement, it's a crazy movement, man. They got nothing but top tier level niggas, and they changing ranks, man. Be on the lookout for that dark side movement, man. But Brizz, he kind of chokes a little bit at minute 29, 12 seconds. But it wasn't that long, but it was a little bit longer than Young X. And in the end, I'm not gonna lie to you, I gotta give this battle 2-1 to Young X, man. It's mostly because Brizz came with a shorter round than Young X. It was not taking nothing away from Brizz, man. You just came with a shorter round than my dude Young X, man. And to be real with you, I was rocking with Brizz more. I know about Brizz more because of the Angry Fan movement. I seen more of his battles. I only seen Young X through the lens of URL, through the first Proving Ground battle he did to the second one. So I'm not even being biased at all, my niggas, man. I literally took everything out through a pen and pad and had to dissect this shit to give it to Young X. And if you look at the whole rounds, man, it was bar for bar, man. You can even say that Brizz took it 2-1, but me, I'm not just a fan. I'm a diehard fan. So I had to take the X's and O's and get on my football, you know what I'm saying, plays and X's and O's type shit. And I had to give it to Young X, man. You know, he had more crowd reaction, and the nigga just was in his zone, man. This nigga Young X, he's not the craziest battler. I mean, like I said, he's all them niggas mixing one. You can even add Goods to the mix, because he's good mixing one. And shouts out to Goods and A-Verb on the classic battle, but we're going to talk about that later. And if you felt that I was being biased in some way, please let me know. This is like my third blog I ever did. I'm not trying to be Hollywood with this shit. I'm a real nigga like y'all out there. I'm not doing this shit for the money, for the fame, none of that. I'm just a nigga like Angry Fan and all these Chris and Bias and Jay Black. I got tired of seeing other niggas do this. I said, let me get my foot in the game and see if I can do this too, man. I don't even care if I got 2 or 3 followers on this shit, man. As long as the niggas feeling my words and he feeling my wisdom I'm throwing at this shit. And I don't even want to call it wisdom. He's feeling my lecture and structures that I'm organizing and breaking down. Then let your boy know how you feel and subscribe to my channels, man. And it's still, once again, fuck the Angry Fan movement, man. I see the shots you niggas taking, man. And I want this to be the last beef we have, because I'm listening to y'all show. Like I told you on the last video, I'm not going to stop listening to your show. But my nigga, you and 3 Letter Man got to stop this dick riding shit. And I seen some of my words cut you up a little bit in the last fucking Angry Fans radio you had. Because if y'all go back and listen to this nigga's radio show on blogtalk.com, you can hear this nigga clearly talking about my blog. And you can see how he's kind of changing his wording a little bit. And he's talking about like nice a little bit. He even invited Lush One back on the show. If I was Lush One, I wouldn't even fuck with the dude, because it's kind of greasy to talk about niggas on camera like that. They ain't even come with you sideways. And the only reason I'm coming at Angry Fan sideways, my nigga, because on the phone you came at me sideways and I ain't even recorded everything. So stop saying I'm on an FBI shit. I kept everything about battle rap on that. Ain't like you a Noriega type nigga and you selling work and I dimed you out. So fuck the Angry Fan movement. Angry Man, 3 Letter Boy. Shouts out to Timbo, shouts out to URL, Queen of Dots, Spit That Heat, all of y'all, man. Everybody who hold the culture down. Shouts out to the Unbiased group. And thank you for letting me be in the group. I see that you ain't a hater like everybody say. We fell off a little bit. You came at me a little bit, but I understood because I kind of came at you in one of the videos you found I did 6 months ago. So shouts out for letting me be in your group and not taking shit to heart like Angry Man over there. 1.